Since the reveal of Nintendo Switch 2, we've known about some games getting a Switch 2 upgrade, including Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Kirby, and Mario Party Jamboree, but these are paid updates. But did you know some Nintendo Switch games are getting a free update? Well, today I'm going to cover the 12 Nintendo Switch games getting a free update on Nintendo Switch 2. Well, if you enjoyed this video, then hit that subscribe button down below for even more Nintendo content here on Power Up Direct. When Nintendo unveiled the Switch 2 with their deep dive on the 2nd of April 2025, they highlighted a few paid updates for the launch. That included Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, which are both going to see graphical upgrades over their Switch 1 versions, and a couple more games are going to get substantive updates including Mario Party Jamboree, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, both with brand new content available for the Switch 2 versions. So all of these are paid updates on varying scale. For example, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are going to cost about £8 here in the UK if you own the games already, and that translates to roughly about $10. Or if you've got Nintendo Switch Online plus the expansion pack, then you're going to get these updates for no additional cost. Mario Party Jamboree and Kirby cost about £17 here in the UK. That translates roughly to about $20 in North America. And that makes sense given we're getting new content alongside both of those games. Well, Nintendo briefly mentioned some Nintendo Switch games would be getting free updates in time for the launch of the Switch 2. Well, Nintendo have come out recently and stated exactly what we should expect for each game, and in this list we've got some of the best Nintendo Switch games available on the platform. First of all, here's what Nintendo said. So they say, by connecting your Nintendo Switch 2 to the internet and performing a system update, you can download free updates from selected games that may improve the graphics or add support for features such as game share, and the contents of these free updates will differ depending on the game. So these updates are going to be available on the 5th of June 2025 in time for the launch of the Nintendo Switch 2. Well, let's have a look at those games, and first of all, very exciting, we've got Super Mario Odyssey. In terms of the visuals, it's going to be optimised for the Switch 2 handheld display, plus also high-res TVs for improved image quality, and also HDR support. We're also going to get game share support, so two people can play together, one controlling Mario and the other playing as Cappy. You can share locally or share online via game chat. We've also got new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe, so this is a visual update only. It's optimised for the Switch 2 handheld display, plus also your high-res TV for improved image quality, although it looks like no HDR support for this one. Then we've got Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, so we've got a visual upgrade here and frame rates. So on the visuals, that is optimised for the Switch 2 handheld display, plus also your high-res TV for improved image quality. Then on the frame rate side, the frame rates are going to be improved for smoother movement on the Switch 2. And to be honest, thank goodness we're going to get improved frame rate on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. They didn't run the best, even though they were still quite good games, but you know, the Pokemon company could definitely do better. I really look forward to see what they could do in Pokemon ZA and also in future Pokemon titles. Well, next up we've got an update to Super Mario Bros. 3D World and Bowser's Fury. We've got quite a few updates here. So on the visual side, is optimised for the Switch 2 handheld display, plus also high-res TVs for improved image quality, and we do get HDR support, but it's only for Bowser's Fury. On the frame rate, we've got optimised for smoother movement on the Nintendo Switch 2, and that includes Bowser's Fury. And then we've got game share support as well, so up to 4 people can play Super Mario 3D World. In Bowser's Fury, 2 people can play together, with one player controlling Mario and the other controlling Bowser Jr. And you can also share locally or share online via game chat. Next up, we've got updates to Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. So this is a visual upgrade, so it's optimised for the Switch 2 handheld display, plus also high-res TVs for improved image quality and, crucially, HDR support. Also, we have an update to The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. On the visuals here, we've got optimised for the Switch 2 handheld display, plus also your TV as well for improved image quality, and again, HDR support, so that is very, very exciting. Both these games, especially Link's Awakening, chugged a little bit on the original Switch 1, so it's going to be great to see Echoes of Wisdom and Link's Awakening in all their glory on Nintendo Switch 2. Okay, those are my big hitter games, but next up we've got some other games that you might be interested in. So first of all, ARMS. This one is a visual update that's going to be optimized for the Switch 2 handheld display, plus also on your high-res TV, and it's got HDR support as well. And on the frame rate side, that's going to be optimized for Switch 2 for smoother movement. Then we've got Big Brain Academy, Brain versus Brain. You've got game share support here, so up to 4 players can play together in party mode, and this can be local or online with game chat. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is getting in on the upgrade action, so with the visuals that's going to be optimized for Switch 2, plus that's going to be improved with your TV and HDR support as well. And then on the game share support, 2 people are going to be able to play on all the courses, and you can share locally or share online via game chat. We've got Clubhouse Games, 51 Worldwide Classics, that's got game share support, so up to 4 players can play 34 games, and you can share locally or share online via game chat. And then we've got Game Builder Garage, so on the visuals, that is optimized for the Switch 2 handheld display, and also high-res TVs for improved image quality, and also it supports mouse controls via the Joy-Con 2. That is very, very exciting, and hopefully we get to see an upgrade to Mario Maker 2 later on Nintendo Switch, although they're only mentioning Game Builder Garage. That Mario Maker upgrade is really just one for my wish list at the moment. Well, it's great to see some of the best Nintendo Switch games here, including Super Mario Odyssey, Link's Awakening, Super Mario 3D World, and Bowser's Fury. Hopefully more games are going to get the Switch 2 treatment at a later date. Plus it's good to see that these are free updates, so we're going to get the benefits of the Switch 2 just by owning the games and playing them on the new console. Well, let me know in the comments what you think, but that is it for this video today, looking at the Switch games getting a free Switch 2 upgrade just in time for launch. And as always, thank you so much for watching or for listening. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below for even more Nintendo content here on Power Up Direct. Thanks again, I'll see you in the next video.